Hi there, Jeff, Allison, and Mayor. I hope you guys are having a great day today. It's your video lesson. So 3 things I want to talk about. I'll go down the list, and if you have questions at the end, or when you look at anything, feel free to shoot a message on over, and I'll do my best to answer. Cool, let's get to it. So first thing is a continuation of what we talked about last time, which is the right-hand technique. So we have our parachute right here on 5, on the 5th string, and we've been working on our moon hop. He's been really great with his ice creams. I believe last time we actually made it through Most to Twinkle. Right? And we made it through there last time with him keeping that open G twinkle. Okay? And so that's all looking good. But what we want to do now is get these fingers under control so they're not flying away. We don't want to do this right here. So I found a really good way of doing that is taking a little piece of paper and going on a pirate map, right? And you can explore your house or your yard or whatever in search of the pirate treasure. I had one kid dig up part of his backyard. The parents were happy about that, but anyway, so you put that little piece of pirate map back in these fingers right here. We don't want to drop it, and we don't want to smush it, because if we smush it, we won't be able to read the pirate map, and we won't be able to find the treasure. Right? So, so you can make a whole thing about that if you want to, if you're that creative. So anyway, so we have our pirate map back in here, and holding our fingers, hold it very gentle, and see if you can do some moon hops that way. Right, just like that. Nice big moon hops. Next thing what you want to work on is actually moon walks. So we've been doing moon hops, right, like this right here. And the idea behind the hopping is actually has a purpose. Is if we do this, here how I'm stopping the string, right? So I don't want to do that right now, right? What we want him to do is have a nice, what's called legato. Legato is when things are all connected together, such as this. Right, so I want all my notes to ring from one to the next. Right. And if I do this, so here there's a separation between the notes. That's called detached style. And if you go even further with that, is this. Where I do staccato. So we have staccato, which is the shortest, detach, where there's a slight disconnect between the two notes, and then legato is where there is a smooth motion between the notes. What the visualization I give, and maybe Mayer's maybe a bit young for this one, but I'll give it to you guys anyway, so you can kind of see what we do, is these big karate chops. So it's like hitting a board. Right? When you go to break a board in martial arts, you don't come up to the board, stop, and then push through. What you want to do is you want to go through and push through the string. So I call these karate chop moon hops. So karate chop, so I go hi-ya, hi-ya. And then that way I'm not getting... Right, we want it to all be legato. Like that. So big karate chops through the string. Like I said, we'll work on that as we kind of go along. So I'm going to show you like the different styles and different techniques in terms of sounding notes on the strings, the right hand. All right, next thing are moonwalks. This is where we're going to do this off the guitar first. And so what I do is I turn the guitar like this right here and get in kind of like a tabletop position. And we get our walking fingers out, right? So we have our big walking fingers. Make sure you do it with the right hand. Even though if you do it with the left hand, it's okay, but it's not really what we're after. You do it with the right hand. And what we're going to do is do big moon hops. We're going to see who can do the biggest moon hops. Remember I said before about swinging out and doing those karate chops? That's what this kind of working on right here. Making sure we get a nice fluid motion straight through the string. So passing through a string, not meeting the string then pushing through. We have big steps. So as I play, or as I do my moon hops, my moon walks, I should say, I'm taking big steps. And you can have a competition. We have a see who can do the biggest steps and the slowest steps. Right? You can have a so you can jump the highest with it. I don't know, kick your feet. So practice that right there. And then left hand going through our checklist is this. So let's see here. So left hand checklist is, so I put that stick on the back of Mayer's guitar, so light on the ceiling, right? So my thumb is pointed up towards the ceiling, right? We're gonna keep our light, charge our light up, and have it point towards the ceiling in the back of the neck. It's poking like this. When we have it back here like this, so it's pointing up. We have our moon fingers, so we don't want to crash our moons into the fretboard. We're going to keep our moons up high. And then we have the Legend of the Mouse. And I was looking over my notes, and I don't think we've talked about the Legend of the Mouse. So I will tell it to you. Inside of every guitar lives a magical mouse. Don't go looking for him, though, because he is magical and therefore invisible. We can't see him. He's in there, right? Right? He lives inside here, but you can't see him because he's invisible. And you can't, even if you go looking for him, I don't think anybody's ever really even seen him before. Right? Since he's inside the guitar, we know he's tiny. Right? That we do know. We have our light on the ceiling, and what happens is when the mouse hears music, what happens is he pokes his head out because he loves music. And what he wants to do, he wants to dance on the tuners don't touch. The mouse can dance on the tuners don't touch because he's magical and he lives inside the guitar, but we don't want to touch the tuners, right? So the mouse crawls up, and let's make this the mouse. It's not really a mouse, it's just for representative purposes only. Right? The mouse crawls up the neck, this away, and then if you look right here, I have my mouse hole. And the mouse, this is not really the mouse, this is my pen, my pencil. He pokes his head out here, so there's a little space in there. The reason why we want to have space here is because it's like riding a bike. If you ride with a bike with a flat tire, you have more friction. If we have our hand in the back of the neck doing this, we have more friction going up and down like this. So when I usually see adult students play, they come in, a lot of times they're gripping the back of the neck like this. And they're like, Doug, why can't I switch? Why can't I change my chords fast? I'm like, well, you have so much friction on the back of the neck, it's the one you can play the guitar at all. Right? So we have this right here. We have a little bit of space in between, right? About a pencil's width. And the mouse will crawl through as he's hearing the music, and he will get on top of the tuners, and he will dance while Mayer plays his G-string Ice Cream. He's up there. You can't see him because he's magical. And when the music is over, we crawl back through the mouse hole, and he goes right back into his home and waits for the next song. So that is the Legend of the Mouse. I'll tell it next time to Mayer in person because it's always fun to tell the story to the kids. So I like doing that. So anyway, so work on those things. So make sure you have your checklist, the light on the ceiling, moon fingers, and we have Legend of the Mouse. And if you can, see if you can do right. See if you can do we're doing moonwalks. So moonwalks with our parrot map, and then having the mouse hole, moon fingers, light on the ceiling. And then it's just a short step. Right? Into playing music. Right? Into playing music. Awesome. So do those things for me, and I will see you guys another video lesson next week, and then I'll see you guys in person next time. And remember that you can always send another video over to me, and that way I can give more specific comments. All right, take care, guys.